Alright, so we're going to be talking about what you learned today, which is exponents, okay? So, an exponent has two parts. It has the bottom part, what we call the base, alright? That's going to be the big number. Then we have what we call a superscript or a power, or actually this upper number here called the power. So it's going to be 3 to the 5th power times 5 to the 4th power. Now, if we're trying to multiply exponents together, they have to be the same base. So in other words, we can't really combine this together because they both have different bases. So you can't really do all the kind of tricks you can with the powers if you have different bases, okay? So let's move to this example. Here we can multiply these two exponents together because we both have the same base. Now when we're multiplying two exponents together with the same base, remember all we have to do is add the two exponents, or add the two powers together. So 3 to the 3rd power times 3 to the 1st power is equal to 3 to the 3rd power plus 1. Okay? So that's equal to 3 to the 4th power. You can go 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, but I think this shows, this tells your teacher that you actually understand what's going on, is that you have to add the two powers together to get the answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. We have 5 to the 4th power times 5 to the 10th power. Okay, again, so that's going to be 5, alright, to the 4th power plus 10, right? So that answer is going to be 5 to the 14th power. Alright, what if we have something like 2 to the 3rd power times 2 to the negative 1? So now we got a combination of positive and negatives, right? So you better get your integers. Alright, so that's going to be 2 to the 3rd power plus a negative 1, right? Because we have minus 1. So obviously in integers we are going to subtract these two numbers, right? Because we have a positive and a negative. So it's really just going to be 3 minus 1. So the answer is going to be 2 is 3 minus 1 is 2 squared. Okay, let's do one more. So now we have 4 squared times 4 to the minus 5th. So that's going to be 4. And it's going to be to the 2nd power plus, alright, minus 5. Now again, integers, we have two opposite numbers, so we have a positive and we have a negative, alright, and we're trying to add them together. We're going to do subtraction, right? So what's 2 plus negative 5? Well, that's like saying that's like negative 5 plus 2, right? So 5 minus 2 is 3. Because negatives and 5, this becomes negative 3. Alright, so it's equal to 4, alright, to the negative 3rd power. Alright, now the other thing is if we have, so we have like this like power rule. So instead of, 2 to the 3rd power times 2 to the 3rd power, it's going to be 2 to the 3rd power squared. So whenever you have this 2 to the 3rd power or whatever in parentheses, what you do is you multiply the two numbers, so 3 times 2. So you could write it out like this: 2 to the 3rd power times 2, like that. So they both mean the same thing. So that becomes 2 to the 6th power. Alright, same idea here. Even though we have a negative 2 and a 4, we still multiply it out. So it's going to be 3 to the 4th power times negative 2. Okay, so that's going to be 3 to the fourth power times negative 2, which is negative 8. It's as easy as that. Alright, let's go to the last thing, which is scientific notation. Alright, so scientific notation is a combination of exponents and numbers, okay, like this. So again, the rule is when we multiply two scientific numbers, we multiply the numbers or the outer parts first, and then we multiply the exponents together, okay? So what's 6 times 1? 6 times 1 is 6. Times that by 10 to the, so it's going to be 10 to the third times 10 to the fourth. So it's going to be 10 to the third plus 4, right? Because again, we when we're multiplying exponents, right, same base, we add the two powers. So it becomes 6 times 10 to the 3 plus 4 is 7. Alright, then look here. We have to do the same thing here, right? 2 times 2 is 4 times 10. Alright, now we have the same basis here. So it's going to be 5 plus a negative 4, right? Because it's a negative 4. So it equals to 4 times 10 to the 5 plus negative 4 is going to be just 1, right? Because it's going to be 5 minus 4. Okay, last one. Let's do this one. We have 5 times 5, alright? That's going to be 25 times 10 to the, well here it's 10 to the negative 5th and 10 to the 15th. Okay, so in this case, what we do is we're going to be negative 5th plus 15, alright? So negative 5th plus 15 is also 15 minus 5. So it's going to be 25 times 10 to the 10th. The one thing to be careful here is that in scientific notation, right, if we have a single digit like, say, this one, okay, we could leave it as is. But if we have a double digit like so, alright, then what we have to do is we have to move, so every whole number like this, already has a decimal point to the right. We have to move the decimal point to the left, right before the left-hand most number, which is 2. So we're going to move one space, alright,